Hey,
Hi, how do you think we should spend our day?
how do you think we should spend our day? It is watch my video all day long. Give me 1,000 likes by smashing it. Ooh. And well, actually, spending our day is very important. But the fact that spending our day is a very important thing to do, the way you plan, the way you organize your day, or the routine you do every day, everything part of your day is very important. And maybe give yourself a checklist, things that you want to do, accomplish it, give yourself some relaxed time, and continue doing. Or unless you have a lot of things to do that day, then you stop, relax for the rest of the day, because you have to keep your body healthy too. The way you keep your body healthy is also the way you plan your day. So you have to have time to relax, time to enjoy, time to have serious time to have work time, and also have time for entertainment that you can give the lessest time, actually, for the better.
The least, you mean?
The least. Well, personally, I think my entertainment time is the most, more than anything else I do.
I mean, you got the longest
Yeah,
time spent on entertainment.
yeah, I got the most time spent on entertainment because I love entertainment. But I do my checklist. I have a routine. I repeat it every day. I tick my stuff on my own link and update it, so I make sure that I actually finish that thing that day. Today, I am actually still doing my checklist. I'm still in the process, but I stop halfway to just do my YouTube. So please give me a thumbs up, because I need to have more motivation to get more topics and entertainment for you. I'm not sure if you find this entertaining, but you should really start your day with brushing your teeth. Apparently, I'm pretty sure you do that too. Hear that? Somebody's washing the dish. Just don't care about that first. Of course, if you're like a housewife or something, then of course you wash your dish. Nah, not a whole housewife does that. Normally,
Should I close the door? Maybe I'll just hold on to the cam for a while.
close the door. Oh, sure. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. The thing is, a routine is something you do to get yourself to success. Based on how good your routine is, makes you how much you improve a day and how much you success. If you improve 1% a day, after a year, you improve 365%. Don't tell me that is already over 100%, because if you improve 1%, it's infinity. They don't have a 100% thing. It's just everything 100 increased by 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%. But if you count on a day, the first day, then you have 365% increase of intelligence or responsibility feel in a year. But the fact is that if you count 165 as a 100, then you divide it yourself. well, don't talk nonsense about those. If you like maths, then go ahead and do that question. It's good. Maths is good, actually. You can put that in your routine if you really like it. Or you have to practice for your exam and stuff. I also have exams too. I do my stuff. You have to have a routine that first you have to make sure your health is good. You're responsible. You're hardworking. You learn something, and you also have to make sure you've done some progress. Think of that and start doing it in your routine every day. Plan it out, repeat it every single day, and you repeat it to the day that you can't do it anymore. If you're retired, you can still do your routine actually, unless you have like a lot of money, spend it on trips. You can still do it. You can still have fun. But if your routine is taking up too much time, then you can cut it, because anyways you are having a retired life already. You can cut it, enjoy your life more, still do your routine. The reason retired people have to still do their routine because they're mostly at a very older age already when they retire. So you have to continue spinning your brain, make sure it doesn't rust, invest into some stuff and get some more income back. Then you can continue turning your brain, planning your trip, or designing new routines for your days. Your day is a very important thing when you talk about days, because if you don't spend your day right, that day is going to fail. But if one day you work way too hard, or maybe you are too tired, make yourself accidentally too tired, then you can relax for the day. But make sure you continue doing it the next day, because if you don't do it the next day, you will lack off and then start not being so hardworking, slowly stopping the routine. And that would be not responsible to think about. Routine actually include entertainment and fun sometimes, because you must have a fixed time that you actually get to enjoy, because after so much hard work, what is that for? Achieve good results for some people, or achieving the wealth you actually wanted, or achieving your early retire life, or achieving your happiness in your life, or you're a traveler that travel all around the world and have fun. That's what you do. Because, or maybe some people just work so hard because they want their family to survive. Think of that, then you know that your life is actually more easier between stressedness, because you know that they will never ever have a life better than working every day. If you started a business, or you retired, or anything but if you retire after a job, then you have to live on your savings or the government sponsoring money stuff. And if you're early retiring because you got that big much of money you needed, that would be good, because every single routine, every single day, you got 1% of processed. After 10 years, if you calculate that, is about 3 times 10, 300, 3,000%, if you do it, about 3,500% you actually improve. That's a lot. Then you can enjoy your days knowing that you actually have that knowledge. Doesn't mean you can slack out. Every single day, every single scientist invents something new. Maybe not something new, but found out something new about this and that. Because they're working every single day as a scientist to realize something new. Experiments and stuff. Because that's what they do. Maybe they like that job, or maybe they think they have a high paid job, or they want an early retirement because they're confident that actually they get stuff. But it's in the flow of the days you use. If every day you just slack off, watch anime, watch YouTube, watch everything, watch dramas, watch movies, every single day, you're not going to improve. After 10 years, maybe you're going to improve 1%. But to you, that's a lot because that's what you do every day. And people have already improved by like 3,000%, and you're still at 1% or 10%. Then you realize someday that it's like, hey, I'm slack off. And the time you want to catch up, that person is too far ahead of you to let you even catch up, because he's still responsible, still hardworking, and third of all, he's already in the end, but he's still in front. Like a race, if you want 0.1 kilometers per hour, and the other one run 30 kilometers per hour, he already finished the race, but he's still there, very slowly. It's just an example. But if you really don't organize your day well, responsible, and do your day well, you might actually slack off so much that one day you realize that your classmate or anything, he's actually a millionaire already, and he's having a great life, have a family, and he's already retiring. Then you realize that I have a family, but I don't earn a lot of money, and I'm slacking off, and I just realized about responsibility. Because before that, you're just a bad person, go for nightclubs, or you just watch movie, or you drink beer, smoke around, not doing your job well, or you're not serious about your life. Then you realize after a lot of time that you're actually living on this world. At first you think that I only have one life, I want to do it, I want to have it very good. But then you realize that without money, without responsibility, without nothing, you can't have the good life you want too. But as long you organize your day well, eventually but you have to do it from early, when you're very young, because you have to start it when you're quite young, because if you do it that way, then you can be successful. The reason is you can go ahead from people. Like, you start from the same line, but some people just say, let's take a rest before we start our walk to the mountain. Sit down, eat, sleep. Just an example. But you'll be like, no, I can't slack out. Maybe you can rest a little bit on the way up to the mountain, but you cannot sleep for too long. The moment you wake up, you realize that your friend is already halfway and you're still at the beginning. But you realize that your friend keep climbing the mountain. Even though you see the edge of the mountain, but he still keep climbing, and the mountain keep growing. Because the fact that knowledge is infinity. You can never finish the knowledge in this world. You can never improve to 100% in this world. You're always 1% working to 99% of what you think. Because that 1% itself is infinity. It's never going to finish. Just keep learning, keep learning. But even if you start learning, keep learning, keep learning, having a day routine late, you still cannot catch up. Because you're having a routine, working really hard. But the only way if you can really want to catch up is you have to work 3 times as hard or 2 times as hard as him. Then, after a long period of time, then you stand a chance to chase after him. Because somebody that start earlier than you already have a head start advantage. And that really depends on how you spend your days. Every single day in a year, you have to spend it well, you have to use it well, and just make sure you don't slack off. Yeah.
Okay, it seems like you emphasize a lot on success and money making. What about your views on family, friendships, love, hobbies, interests, passions?
That is more of a relax time, slack off time. For people who have their routines, they know they can also do it. Talking about if you're like a person who's trying to, about 20 plus, you're trying to get married, find a girlfriend or something, of course you can do it, but just make sure you don't slack off. That's part of your day. Use it well, then you get it. Don't use it well, you only get one thing, but you don't get the other thing. Something you have to choose really hard sometimes, you know? But it's important to have a family too. Because living in a house alone is actually quite boring. You feel like that home without a family, home. Even if you have family, you're younger than them if you don't have your own family. No, your parents and your sister, brothers, they are your family, but you also have to have your wife and kids sometimes. Then, yeah, you make sure you don't lose any. You make sure if you lost one, you still have the other to help you and say that it's going to be alright.
What do you mean
But
lost one?
Sometimes people just get old and pass away.
Oh.
But that's not actually the main point. The main point is the way you use your time. That's part of the reason some people work hard too. After they work hard, they have time to relax, right? That's the point of working hard. They have time to relax, unless you're a workaholic anyways. Don't care about that one. Then you have time to spend with your family, travel around with your parents, with your children, your family. If you actually achieve that, then there's proof that you're really, really successful. Until that happens, until you get comfortable with your life and your money is almost cannot finish your money anymore and the money is still earning, that is the time where you realize that you actually can relax. Yeah. And you relax, then you realize that all the hard work when you do every single day from the past actually paid off today. If you think of it, it's like, oh man, I really want to watch this. I really want to play this today. But think of after 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, when you're on that day and you're not successful, you realize, why didn't I work hard that day? But if you work hard that day until this day, the next day, and you are already ready to slack off and get tired and start having fun, you realize that those few 10,000 days of your life was useful. And those really, really important days was useful, because you'd be like, if I haven't worked hard that day, today I wouldn't feel this way, and I would have not have relaxed. Some very pitiful people in this world actually work until the day they die, work very, very hard to just keep their family going. Especially the one that have dumb children that don't actually work at all, just slack off at home, playing the game and just like go do your work. Maybe not like that, but then they don't do any things, they just play or anything. Just play. And then they work. But their children is just slacking off. And then you realize how bad of a job when you do after you pass away. It's like, hey, my son is still playing games. Hey, turn on the Wi-Fi. We don't have, and then your siblings or one, we don't have money to pay for the Wi-Fi. Or maybe, then I'll use my 3G. Then realize finish. Hey, pay for my 3G. We don't have money to pay for your 3G. That day, that person will realize that, hey, I realized that my father's been helping me my whole life. That's why I have 3G. I have internet. I have 5G. 5G. It's not really useful yet because it's not all around the world. But anyways, I realized that I cannot do nothing. Then that person will end up working to the day they die, just like their parents. But then, if you're born successful, your father is successful, you'll most probably be successful too. Because you pick up the mindset, pick up the hard work, pick up the responsibility and stuff, then you'll be successful. Of course, some people also work their way up. Those people, I really respect them because they work from zero to hero. That is really a respectable thing. So, the moral of the day is very, very important of the way you spend your day. So, yeah.
What about hobby?
Hobby.
Should you spend some time on a hobby?
Hobby. Of course, you should spend some time on your hobby, but it must be organized in your day too. So, yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to say?
Don't slack off. Okay, that's the end of the video. Give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, ring the notification bell below. Please comment of what you think I talk about, and please comment and tell me a title. So maybe you might be responsible for the next video next week. So, bye bye. Sayonara.